Hello everyone. Today I am going to discuss about the characteristics of wastewater and wastewater treatment. In previous lecture, we already learned about the microbiology of sewage, physical, chemical and biological characteristics of sewage, then sampling. Now today I am going to discuss about the next point, that is disposal of wastewater. Disposal of sewage effluent is the last stage of getting rid in sewage after subjecting to various steps of process. Means that is the treatment of transforming the sewage into the harmless liquid so that we can fulfill the minimum standards of the health and sanitation. The main object to controlling the disposal of sewage are to render the sewage inoffensive, to save the aquatic life in stream, and to eliminate the danger of contamination from the wastewater supply. These are the three main points, so we have to take in our mind to disposal of wastewater into the stream. So the amount of degree of treatment that should be given to the sewage depends upon the source of its disposal as well as its capacity of assimilate the impurity present in the sewage without itself getting the polluted or less useful. Before designing the treatment plant, the first source of disposal has to be selected. That methods of wastewater disposal. There are three methods: natural method, artificial method and combined method. Let us see the first one, natural method. These are again divided into two subtypes, that is the dilution of disposal into the water and the disposal of land or land treatment. Means in first one, when there is a dilution or the disposal into the water, that is into the stream like a sea, lake or the river. And second one is the disposal on land, means sewage is allowed to dispose on land or on a land treatment for the sewage farming like or irrigation. In last lecture we already discussed about that point, irrigation. Then second method is the artificial method. In this method, which is the sewage is disposed of only after the subjecting it into the various treatments like a primary and secondary treatment. This artificial method is very important than the natural method. Screening. In this method there are some stages like screening, then detritus removal, then sedimentation or with or without chemical, then biological treatment. In biological treatment there are again some methods like trickling filter, oxidation pond or activated sludge process. These are included in biological treatment. In generally nowadays actual practice is to be done on both methods, means the natural method and artificial method. Sewage is first given to the treatment and then it allowed to dispose on stream or land. It may occur by using a natural method or artificial method. If the full treatment is not given, at least the primary treatment is given to sewage before disposal into stream or on a land. Then the first step of disposal is the dilution. Dilution is a prominent method of natural disposal. It consists of discharging the wastewater into the receiving water body like a sea, river, lake, etc. This is done on the assumptions that the sufficient dissolved oxygen is available in the water body so that biochemical oxygen demand is to be satisfied by this one. However, the dilution of water is not sufficient to supply the biological oxygen demand to oxidize the entire matter present in sewage. There will be a nuisance of foul odor and is land of half digested floating or the matter on that surface. So, in addition to this problem, the depletion of oxygen means decreasing of that oxygen in sewage would be kill the aquatic life, means it is not very uh, healthy for that aquatic uh, life. So, this dilution of water is used at the downstream side of for the drinking purpose. It will cause the danger to the public health also. This discharge wastewater of effluent is purified in due to the course of time by so-called self-purification process of natural stream. Means this is also alternatively called the self-purification. The limit of effluent discharge and the degree of treatment of wastewater depends upon the self-purification capacity of that natural water source. Also, it depends on use of water body at the downstream side. Second process or method is the condition of favoring disposal. Dilution method of disposing the sewage comfortably or that confavorable by adopted under the following conditions. Means these conditions are allowed to adopt the favoring to disposal on land or in a in a stream. When the sewage is comparatively fresh, that is discharged within 3 or 4 hours, then it is to be collected. Then, when the floating matter and settleable solids have been removed by a primary treatment, then the dilution of water has high dissolved oxygen content, so that not only the biological oxygen demand is satisfied, but also the dissolved oxygen is remain available for the saving aquatic life. Where the dilution waters are not used for the purpose of navigation or the water supply, for at least some reasons, or that some reasonable distance on the downstream from the point of sewage disposal, where the flow current of diluting the water are favorable, causing no disposing or the destruction to aquatic life. It means that the swift forward current are held, as they are easily carry away the sewage to the point of unlimited dilution. On the other hand, slow back current tend to cause the sedimentation and it resulting into the large sludge disposal. Then next point is the standards of dilution for the discharging of wastewater into the river. There are some standards. The ratio of quantity of the dilution of water, that of sewage, is also known as the diluting factors, and it depending upon the factors of the Royal Commission report of the sewage disposal. These points are also discussed in previous lectures. And that laid down the following standards, means it must contain the some standards which maintain the standards have been uh, uh, done by the 1912, so that it has also been following the India without much change. But with the increase in pollution by indiscriminating disposal of domestic as well as industrial waste into the river, without the considering the various pollutant being discharged in the surface water. For this purpose, the countries have prescribed their own standards, including India. So there are some standards for the disposal of wastewater in sea and ocean. The saturation of or the concentration of that dissolved oxygen in the water decreases with increasing the concentration of the contaminants, means concentration of salts. So the dissolved oxygen in seawater is must be approximately 80% that in water. In addition to this deficiency, eh, the temperature of the seawater is lower than that of the sewage temperature, whereas the specific gravity is higher. Due to this deficiency, the temperature, whereas the specific gravity is higher. Due to this, when the sewage is discharged into the seawater, the lighter and warmer sewage will rise up to the surface, resulting the lighter and warmer sewage uh, at the top of the surface of that sea uh, level, whereas seawater contains the large amount of dissolved matter which chemically react with the sewage solids, resulting in the precipitation of some sewage solids, which giving the milky appearance or the purity in the seawater and resulting in the formation of the sludge. That milky emulsion means the formation of the sludge at the bank form or at the river bank, and this milky layer forms at the top of the seawater, produce the offensive hydrogen sulfide gas by reacting with the sulfate rich water. As such, a capacity of seawater to absorb the sewage solid is not higher than that of the fresh water of the river. Also, the dissolved oxygen content is less, however, since the sea contains the large volume of the water, but the most of this deficiency can be overcome if the sewage is discharged deep into the sea, much away from the coastline with extreme care. So the some points you have to keep in your mind for the discharging of sewage into the sea. That is, the sewage should be discharged in a deeper seawater. This is the first one. Then you have to keep in your mind that in order to mix the sewage properly with the seawater, the sewage should be released at the minimum depth of 3 to 5 meter below the water level, and taking it sufficient inside the shore, and thus preventing the baths and recreation the center of that shore. So this is kept in your mind that that sewage is not again come on the seashore point. So next prevention is to prevent the backing of the spreading of sewage on the seashore. The sewage should not be disposed, or it should be disposed of only during the low tide, means the large size tank therefore may constructed hold the sewage during the high tides. Provision of the large size sewer is greater uh, with the non return wall at the end. It also alternative to the hold to the sewage during the high tides. Before deciding the position of that sludge disposal, see current, wind direction, velocity. It also considered. It should be properly studied before disposal on into the sea. Then the sea current, wind direction, velocity. These points are important for the disposal. So it should be such that the sewage is taken away from the shore by the winds and not brought back near to the shore by the wind, and not brought back near to the shore. The outfall sewer should be placed on the firm rocky foundation, and in case the thick stone or masonry, so as to properly protected it from a wave action and floating action. Next important point is the sewage treatment unit. We know that there are the two treatments. First one is the preliminary. Second is the primary, and third one is the secondary treatment. Uh, then let us see the first one is the preliminary treatment, sewage treatment. The purpose of preliminary treatment is to protect the operation of wastewater treatment plant. This is achieved by removing from wastewater and constituent which can clog or damage the pumps or interfere with subsequent treatment process. So this treatment is important. These treatment devices are therefore designed means in this treatment there are devices which are used which are designed to remove or to reduce in size the large, the intent or the suspended or floating solids means all the solids or contaminants present in that sewage which consist the pieces of wood, cloth paper, plastics. These are and together with some fecal matter. Remove the heavy inorganic solids such as sand, gravel as well as metal or glass. These are objects are called the grit. And then the removal of excess of amount of oil greases, a number of devices or the tires equipment are used to obtain this objective. In first method of preliminary method we have to remove all these things present in the sewage. This is called the grit removal, means all heavy particles or that matter present in that sewage like a cloth, wood, glass, then removal of excess amount of the greases, oils. These are all included in a first step is called the grit removal. In second there is called the second step is called the bar or screen or rack and bar screen. In this step which containing the bars, in this step there is consist of the bars usually space the 3/4 inches to the 6 inches. This is the whatever we call that the designs of that screen. Those most commonly used provide the clear opening of 1 or 2 inches. Although the large screens are sometimes set vertically, that screen are usually set at the angle of 45 to 60 degree with the vertical. So this screen is used, and then the incoming wastewater is passed through that through this screen and periodically that accumulate the material is removed which are collected on that screen. And then the racks of that screen may be cleaned either manually or by means of automatically operated racks. This solid removal by this unit can be disposed or by burial or removed by this screening method. Then third step is the commuting devices, then the grinders, then the cutters and the shredders are to be used, means these devices are used to break or cut the solid into small one particles and that such a size that they can be returned to the wastewater without danger or clogging the pumps or piping or not affecting subsequent treatment of the devices. They may be separate device to grind a solid removed by a screen or by combining the screen of the cutter and installed with the wastewater flow channel in such a manner that the objective to accumulating or accomplish the without actually removing this larger solid from the wastewater. These latter devices are made by a number of manufacturers under the various trades and uh, which is important. So the rotating, oscillating teeth or the blade acting together to reduce solid to the size means the larger particles are break down into a smaller one so that which can easily remove or which can not clog to that severe pipes This built up the shredder solids. This is usually uh, aerated system that activated the sludge plant. This shredder or that shredded solid tend to clog the diffuser or the cling, the impeller blade and mechanical aerators. We already seen that the grit removal. Then next step is the grit chamber, where the wastewater usually contain the relatively large amount of inorganic solids such as sand, gravel are collected. It's called these all large particles are called the grit. The amount of present in a particular wastewater depend on a preliminary or whether the collecting sewer system is of the sanitary or combined type. The grit will be a damage pump by cause the serious operation difficulties or in the sedimentation tank and sludge digesters by accumulating around the pumping plugging of outlet and pump suction. Consequently, it is common practice to remove this material by a grit chamber. Then the grit chamber are usually located ahead of pump, and if the mechanically cleaner should be uh, used for cleaning that bar or that rack screen. So the grit chamber are generally designed as long channel. In the channel, the velocity is to be reduced sufficiently to the channel type of chamber. It should be designed to provide controlling the velocity as close as possible to 1.0 foot per second, and the velocity of sub greater than 1.0 feet per second, which cause the organic matter to settle out of that green. The detention period is usually between 20 seconds to 1 minute. This is attained by providing the several chambers to accommodate various or the variation in flow or by proportional wears at the end of the chamber. Therefore, there are also patented devices to remove the grit. One development is that the injection of air in at the several feet above the floor of the tank type unit. The rolling action of the air whenever we keep the injected that air, so that rolling action of the air keep the lighter organic matter in suspension and allow the grit relatively free from the organic zone or organic matter. Then it is allowed to dispose or deposited in the uh, quiescent zone, which zone is air diffuse. Excessive quantity of air can be cause the roll of velocity to be or is too high, resulting in the poor grit removal. Insufficient quantity of air result in low roll velocity. So the chambers are usually called that aerated grit chamber, where that by using the air pressure, the small particles are allowed to flow in grit. Then the next, after removal of the or after passing through the grit chamber, there is next method is the cleaning. The grit chamber are designed to be cleaned manually or by mechanically operated devices. It is necessary to clean manually so that the storage space for the deposited grit is usually provided, and that grit chamber for the plant treated waste from the combined sewer should have at least two hand clean unit or the mechanically clean unit with bypass. Mechanically clean grit chamber are recommended a single hand clean chamber with bypass are acceptable for small wastewater treatment plant sewering sanitary sewer system. Means if there is a small unit, then the mechanical cleaning method is used, and if the chamber of other channel type is acceptable, then it provided with adequate or the flexible control for the agitation of air supply devices and with the grit removal equipment. If this is the second one, there are also some other methods of cleaning, and there are, but these two are the maximum times are used. Then next one is the washing grit. The grit always contains some organic matters which decomposes and create odor. To facilitate the economical disposal of the grit without causing nuisance, the organic matter is sometimes washed from the grit and returned to the wastewater. The special equipment is available to wash that grit chamber. Then next is the quantity of grit. This depends upon the type of the sewer system, the conditions of the sewer lines and the other factors. Strictly means a domestic wastewater collected in a well constructed sewer containing the wastewater will carry a large volume of the grit. So the sewer storm in generally 1 to 4 feet of grit per million gallon of the wastewater flow can be expected. Manually clean grit chamber for the combined wastewater should be cleaned after every large storm, so that the 50 to 60% of the grit storage space is to be available for the deposited grit. This should be checked that the least every 10 days of during dry weather, when the mechanically clean grit chamber are used, they must be clean at the regular interval to prevent undue load on the cleaning mechanism. Then next one is the disposal of the screening of the grit. The screening decompose rapidly with the foul odor. They should be kept covered in cans at the screen and removed at the last daily or disposal by a burial or incinerations. Then next is the pre-aeration tank. Pre-aeration of the wastewater that use pre-aeration of the wastewater that is aerated before the primary treatment. This is the most important method. And this is follow. There are some purposes to obtain the greater removal of suspended solids and in sedimentation tank, to remove the grease, oil, to freshen up the septic wastewater prior to further treatment. Then board reduction. Pre-aeration is accomplished by introducing air into the wastewater for a period of 10 to 30 minutes at the design flow. This may be accomplished the forcing or compress the air into the wastewater at the rate of 0.10 feet per gallon of the wastewater when the 30 minutes of aeration is provided, or by mechanical agitation whereby the wastewater is stirred or agitation so that the new surface of continuously brought into the contact with the atmosphere for absorption of the air. Means absorption of that air is the very important. Then after this 45 minutes of design of flow or impression of the air, the agitation of the wastewater is in the presence of air tend to collect or flocculate the lighter suspended solid into the heavier masses which settle more rarely or more readily in the sedimentation tank. This pre-aeration also help to separate the grease, oil, wastewater, waste solid, um, carry with them on the surface. By addition of the air, or then the conditions are also restored in septic wastewater to improve the subsequent treatment. Then the last one is the pre-chlorination. This pre-chlorination method is used for the wastewater prior to uh, primary treatment. In general, the objective of the pre-chlorinations are not related to the disinfection, and it is used to related to either temporary preventing the further wastewater decomposition or reducing the problem associated with the wastewater decomposition. Means this pre-chlorination is done due to this purpose. The objective of pre-chlorinations are odor control, then protection of plant structure, protection of or the reduction delay biochemical oxygen demand, means to protect the BOD, and last one is the aid in sedimentation. Hope so you understand preliminary and primary treatment of the wastewater. Thank you.